Thank you for joining us on the news at 1. The Economic Community of West African States has activated a standby force to combat terrorism in the region, with a focus on the Sahel, where terrorist groups have been increasingly active. Now, this decision was made during the 43rd Ordinary Meeting of the ECOWAS Committee of Chiefs of Defense Staff, held at the Defense Headquarters in Abuja. The meeting is addressing critical security issues affecting West Africa, including the creation of an ECOWAS force to enhance regional stability. The meeting also comes at a time when the alliance of Sahelian states comprising Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger has announced plans to deploy a 5,000-strong force to tackle insecurity in the region. Additionally, the Niger Republic has threatened to pull out of the multi-tasked National Joint Task Force combating Boko Haram and its affiliates in the Sahel. General Christopher Musa, Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, has emphasized the need for participating states to collaborate, share resources, and exchange intelligence to address the complex security challenges in the region. The Sahel has accounted for 51% of terrorist activities in 2024. And for more on this development, senior reporter Sifon Esien joins me live from our Abuja studio. Sifon, thank you for joining us on the news. This meeting is coming at a time the alliance of Sahelian states have announced their own deployment of a force 5,000 strong to combat insecurity. Talk to us about the focus of this meeting today and how it is expected to impact regional security.
Primarily, the focus of this meeting is the activation of the ECOWAS standby force, and also to decide what each country brings to the table in terms of resources and manpower. Now, in the words of the Chief of Defense Staff, talking about Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and I quote, "Some of these critical areas include the proposed review of pledges for the ECOWAS standby force, consideration of pledges for ECOWAS standby force, counter-terrorism brigade, and the rotation of staff officers of peace support operations divisions and ECOWAS standby force." Basically, it's all about the ECOWAS standby force to combat terrorism and transnational crime in the sub-region. The dynamics have changed, the landscape have changed. The Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff and indeed other chiefs of defense staff acknowledge the complexities of the security situation and the need for this force to come on board and deployments as soon as possible.
Right, and this is also, coming at a time that Mali is also, or Niger rather, is saying that they will leave the Joint Task Force team. But what are the specific objectives of this standby force by the service chiefs? And has any plans been made on the operational capacity and perhaps the structure of how the team will look like?
When we talk about the operational capacity, the structures, where they will be located, that is for the ECOWAS Chiefs of Defense Staff to decide, which is one of the things, one among many things they're going to be deciding on. The meeting is still on, just the opening ceremony is what they are, finished, and now they are in a closed session. So that will be determined in a closed session, and in the coming hours or perhaps days, we will get to have the details of what was decided. But the fact that this standby force is coming on board at this critical time when records have shown that the Sahel has been prone to all kinds of terrorist activities, and Nigeria is also playing a leading role in the multinational joint task force. We've also seen the roles that countries like Niger and more recently Chad has been threatening to pull out of that arrangement, leaving Nigeria to, take the entire responsibility of the multinational joint task force. And don't also forget that Nigeria is a leader in the ECOWAS sub-region. So Nigeria is playing a key role on the left, ECOWAS on the right, multinational joint task force, to ensure that the country, Nigeria, and its neighbors are safe.
Right, thank you for that update. That's our reporter, senior reporter Sifon Esien, live for us in Abuja. I'll be back to you for more updates. And still talking security, but this time in Plateau.